Good morning, Commissioners. I'm very pleased to meet you, and I apologize that I haven't been more involved. About a year ago, I got my Social Security disability back for rape and PTSD. I was violently raped by a man who strangled me, and the police were very unhelpful in Nashville, Tennessee, my hometown. I've struggled with depression, but I felt that with the government giving me $862 a month, it was my duty to become involved with the city and my local sphere. So I started going to city council, speaking about homelessness, police brutality, a lot of my interests. I hope if I can afford it to go to law school and put my PTSD behind me and be a successful fighter for civil rights and human rights. Today I wanted to speak to you about honor killing, and that's a subject that I began studying about a year and a half ago very intensively. And in 2010 I was very interested in Islamic dress, and I did an anthropology project on hijab and niqab and various variations of the dress because I found it very unusual that the Western culture was very anxious to portray Islam as misogynistic in terms of what the hijab meant, but that if you look historically in the Islamic communities, hijab often was a status connotation, much like driving a Mercedes or wearing a gold watch. And hijab indicated that the women were very well respected. They had a very high status within their family. What I wanted to speak to you today about is honor killing. And honor killing you possibly know a little bit about, and it's a form of domestic violence in a sense, but it really sits outside any of our common definitions of domestic violence. When the FBI was busy giving a fake bomb to Somali college student Mohammed, I found it very imperative that we deal with the 50% of the population that is female within the Islamic community in a way that is compassionate, sensitive, and integrative of our common equality goals and respect for women and women's rights and women's safety. So I felt that the FBI was really sabotaging their relationship with the Islamic community, and there may be unassessed domestic violence going on within Islamic communities, not to portray Islamic communities as inherently sexist at all. But I felt that if we got Ayaan Hirsi Ali, who's a campaigner through the AHA Foundation, the Ayaan Hirsi Ali Foundation, to come to Portland and talk to the FBI and talk to the Joint Terrorism Task Force and talk to the Portland police, we could begin to discern and assess the risks that do occur within certain communities. And one thing I found very interesting in the treatment of Sonia Manhas is that she essentially, as a woman of an Indian background, has been really dragged through the mud. And I found that the violence that is done to women of color is often incommensurate with the violence done to women of white Aryan backgrounds. So I found it very puzzling that the unity of attack upon Sonia was something so aggressive, and I saw a similitude. And my anthropology paper back in 2010 basically came up with the thesis that Western misogyny finds a convenient scapegoat in Islamic relations to the women. And when we have the finger in the face of a cultural community, we need to put the finger back in our own face and assess gender gap, pay gap, sexual harassment on the job, lack of representation in Congress, and that sort of thing, and use the honor killing motif to really help us understand our own culture and then get some resources and build some strength in our policing.